जीव को काम क्रोध का दास बना देता है। भक्ति दुर्लभ है, जो मुक्ति सिद्धि आदि की कामना का त्याग करके केवल भक्ति की अभिलाषा करते हैं, भगवान उनको ही भक्ति दान करते हैं।
Then Bhagavan gives to him the well of bhakti.
ऋषभदेव की परमहंस लीला का श्रवण करके जैन राजा शिक्षा ग्रहण के बाद में देवी माया से प्रेरित होकर पाखंड धर्म का प्रवर्तन किया। ऋषभदेव ने जवानों में देह त्याग करके योगियों के देह त्याग का दिखाया था। ऋषभदेव के अभिप्रायानुसार भरत ने राज्य ग्रहण करके अनुष्ठान द्वारा जगदीश्वर श्रीहरि को प्रसन्न करने का प्रयास किया। इसमें उनका अंतःकरण शुद्ध हो गया और वासुदेव में उनकी दृढ़ भक्ति हो गई। राज्य भोगादि प्रारब्ध कर्म समाप्त होने पर उन्होंने
After the end of the Prarabdha karma,
आश्रम में प्रस्थान किया और विष्णु
is the story of Rishabhdev, and then he started worshipping Vishnu. One day he was taking shower in the river, and after that he was chanting jap. Then he saw one deer, a pregnant deer, female deer.
जिससे सुनकर वह भय से विह्वल हो गई और छलांग मारकर दूसरे पार जाने के लिए उद्यत हो गई। इतने में ही उनका गर्भस्थ शिशु जल में
This female deer was trying to reach the other bank of the river, and in this middle, what happened in this moment? She gave birth to the baby which was in her womb, deer baby, and then she left her body. After that, Maharaja Bharata, he brought this baby deer to his own ashram, started taking care of this baby deer, and he became really attached to this baby deer. And then he gave up all his bhajan and sadhan, and he started completely serving the baby deer so much. One day, he couldn't find the baby deer, and then he was screaming, "Oh, where are you? Where are you?" And then suddenly he left his body looking for this baby deer. By the consequence of dying, thinking about the baby deer, in the next life he got the body of a deer. But because of the strength of his Sukriti from previous life, he could remember his previous lives. So he used to come to the when he gave up his body of deer, he was born in a family of high brahmanas. But he used to remember so much his previous lives. How? Because of bad association he fell. No. That's why in this birth he would be always thinking only about Shri-Hari. He didn't want to be somehow misguided by this world and be far from God.
कार्य में नियुक्त कर दिया और ऐसा ही कदर्य भी दिया। 1 साल के बाद 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 1 लेकिन वे इस सबसे विचलित नहीं हुए। एक दिन की
One
बात
day,
है,
what happened?
एक दिन की बात है कि जब वे
When he
सशक्त रक्षा का कार्य कर रहे थे, इस भूत रात्रि में किसी तस्कर के अनुचर उनको ले गए और अस्त्रकाल के सम्मुख उनकी गोली देने की उद्यत हो गए। देवी भगवत भक्त के प्रति ऐसे अत्याचार को देखकर अत्यंत क्रुद्ध हो गए और उन्होंने उस सभी तस्करों का संहार कर डाला। वे प्रतिमा के सामने से लौट रही थे कि राजा रोगन की सिंह का वहन करने के लिए एक सिंह का वाहक का प्रभाव था। उस राजा के अनुसार
explain that?
सिंह का वहन में लगा दिया। भरत जी कहीं किसी जीव की हत्या न हो जाए, इस भय से बड़ी सावधान से
So Bharata ji,
साथ अपना पदक्षेप कर रहे थे।
sorry, it's difficult to understand from the book. After that, I tried to translate.
जिससे अन्य भागों के साथ उनका गोटे वैषम्य हो रहा था। इस कारण श्री का भी आंदोलित हो रही थी अर्थात खेल रही थी। राजा रोगन क्रोधित हो गया और कटुवाद करने लगे। तब भरत जी ने
Then Bharata ji,
राजा रोगन को तत्वज्ञान का
he gave Tattva to this king Rahugan, taught him many things. Then Rahugan understood that Bharata was Mahabhagavat and took shelter of him.
महर्षि भरत ने राजा के वैराग्य वीरता के लिए हवादेवी का वर्णन किया। इससे तत्वज्ञान प्राप्त करके राजा रघुवर ने जीवों में आत्मबुद्धि का परित्याग किया और अपराध के लिए क्षमा प्रार्थना की।
Then Jarabarat forgave the king by his offense.
इस कारण से सुदेव मुनि ने उसका वास्तव अर्थ वर्णन किया। संसार के द्वारा संसार अनुभूति के लाभ स्वरूप पंच इंद्रियों एवं मन,
Because he realized this material world, his senses were not material things, but only worshipping God. I'm sorry, there's no one here to translate this part.
कष्ट पाती है और परकाल में भी कष्ट प्राप्त करते हैं। अर्थ के लिए भी आदमियों के क्लेश प्रदान करने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ते और आत्मीयगण व्याकुल करते हैं, समझ में नहीं आया।
Not really. I get it. You're not understanding, no? For the best. I ask him to stop it. Ele veio trazer remédio. Que remédio é esse? Story of Jaga Bharat Gurudev. He was the son of Rishabh Dev. No, Bharata Maharaj. Bharata Varsha comes from his name, Gurudev. Bharata India comes from him. I think Lithuania or Polski, Poland. I was looking, I think Lithuania or Poland, Polish or Lithuania, I think. No.
क्या बोलना क्या लेकर
नवदीप धाम में तो पूछे ना
धाम
गीता पर से
मैं गीता यहाँ पर देखा था ये तो दूसरी लैंग्वेज पुलिस
This is a verse from Padma Purana. Before I used to read this sloka also. Chanting holy names. If your heart is not melted, chanting holy names. If your heart is not melting, and if you're not crying while chanting, if you're not becoming hair on stand, like if your hairs are not on stand, and the goosebumps, if you don't feel that, and if you're not feeling a flow of bliss, you should understand that your heart is hard, very hard-hearted, like a stone. That's why the heart of the aparadi people, the offenders, the holy names don't rise in their hearts. Everybody's chanting holy names, but if you don't give attention to the offenses, the pure name will not come for you. While chanting holy names, actually your heart melts if you chant really holy names. That's why yesterday I said, first you should listen to the glories of holy names. Then be able to have the taste in the holy names. Until you haven't heard the glories of the holy names, then you'll not be able to develop this taste in chanting holy names. So you should listen about the glories of holy names. What is the glory of holy names? That's why Shukadeva Goswami, he told also these glories to Parikshit Maharaj. He told the story of Ajamin to explain the glories of holy names in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ajamin, although he was such a great sinner, he gave to his last son the name Narayana. And in the time of death, because he was speaking in the name of his son Narayana, he directly attained the abode of God. But how did he attain the abode of Lord? Also, this description is there. I told briefly, but actually how this happened. I told briefly because, like Ajamna, by having his last son the name of Lord Narayana, he attained to Vaikuntha. You can speak briefly. By chanting Namabhasya, he attained to Vaikuntha, but actually the process is far, it's long. That's why here in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti he wrote, so here he's saying that Ajahn, although he was such a bad behaviored person, by the strength of Namabhasa he attained to Vaikuntha. But those persons who have faith in the Smriti Shastra, they are called Smarta persons. Those who have faith in Smriti Shastra. One thing is Shruti, another thing is Smriti. Shruti is the Veda and Purana. And Smriti Shastra is called where Shiva is telling to Parvati Devi some katha about karma and other things. Nigam means Ved. Nigama means Ved. Agam is to illustrate the jivas. So Shiva actually he's telling to the mundane people about some activities and etc. Smriti Shastra explains some rules. They give some rules that, for example, in this world, people live here and they are following rules to be able to slowly put their minds into God. Two kinds of activities. Naimittik Karja. What is Naimittik Karja? It's temporary activities, for example. After a father left his body, when your father dies, you have to do some Shraddha Karma or something. It's called Nimitta Karma. People do these things according to Smriti Shastra. According to the Smriti Shastra. For example, people they read the Garuda Purana. They speak about Vairagya Katha in these occasions. Why? Because in this world, when their parents or family give up their bodies, people become totally lamenting mood, completely illustrated by the lamentation.
शोक से उनकी परित्राण करने के रक्षा करने
So,
के लिए
to protect people from all this lamentation, and all this Harikatha is spoken about renunciation and other things.
आगम में शास्त्र में ये वर्णन करते हैं
Shastra explains
जीव किस प्रकार
how the jiva
भगवत भक्ति प्राप्त करे
attains to Lord.
वैराग्य आदि नहीं
Because if you don't have the Gyani Vairagya,
है तो उसके संसार की आसक्ति को छोड़ नहीं
then you cannot give up the attachment to material things. So,
शास्त्र में ये समस्त तत्ववादी वर्णन किया है
many places in Shastra these things are explained.
निगम यानी वेद शास्त्र
आगमेर लक्ष्य होच्छे भगवान प्राप्ति और निगमेर लक्ष्य होच्छे भगवान प्राप्ति
जितने भी शास्त्र है
All the Shastras actually,
निगम
Agama, Niyama, whatever,
और कहीं
directly or indirectly, all the Shastras' goal, is
भगवान की तरफ ले जाए
to take us to Bhagavan.
यही तात्पर्य
This is the meaning actually.
है। जैसे
For example,
विषयी लोगों के क्या करना है
the materialist people,
विषय भोग में लगा विषय
they are
का
always into material things and enjoying things.
उनको यदि कहा
If you tell to one person, materialist person, give up this enjoyment, give up, he will not be able to give up all the enjoyment. So what should you do with this person?
विषय में उसको
You should
प्रोत्साहित करें।
actually enthusiast him, like make him enthusiastic to do more material
और
things.
ऐसे विषय कार्य आदि करते करते
And by doing this
वो
material things within the enjoying mood so much, slowly then he'll be able to give up this nature. What is the shloka of the Bhagavad Gita that explains this? Another shloka that the Lord is saying this thing.
ये विषय लोग के यदि माने घोर विषय
The person who is really materialist, so much materialist, if you tell him give up this enjoyment materialist, he'll not give up. That's why you should actually, this person doing this materialism and this enjoyment, slowly one day he'll be detached. Like for example,
इधर आगे भी इस्तेमाल भागवत में ऊपर रखा
that's why I was reading this in Srimad Bhagavatam.
सुखदेव परीक्षित
How
महाराज ने प्रश्न कर रहे थे
Parikshit Maharaja was making a question.
ये संसार के लोग विषय से कैसे निवृत्त करते
How these people of this world can be detached? How can they have detachment from this Shaya Vasana, this desire for material things?
विषय के कार्य में आगे प्रोत्साहित करें जैसे उत्साहित करना प्रतिष्ठ में उत्साहित करना
Which that means actually you're giving enthusiasm, like you do enthusiastic people, like how do you say this, give encouragement so that they will do more these things. The person don't have still the taste for Harikatha, not listen to Harikatha. So with this kind of people, you have to give it.
भगवत भक्ति संपन्न भगवत भक्ति युक्त कार्य में उसको
You have to make them inspire them to make more and more things, these activities, but related to Bhagavad Bhakti.
लाने से क्या होता है
Because if the person does activities but related to Bhakti,
उससे क्या होगा उसके
what will happen?
सुकृति बन जाएगा
The person will create a Sukriti. This will be created Sukriti. And when the Sukriti is mature,
तब वो भगवत
then this person would have the association of the devotee of Lord and will have the taste in listening Harikatha.
यदि उसको कहा गया कि तुम कुछ मत करो
But if you tell the person, "Oh, don't do anything,
बेकार
everything is useless you do. If you tell these things, that in the Srimad Bhagavatam gives an example even. Just like the karmas, they have taste in karma marga. Which kind of taste they have? They have taste for doing charity, donation, these things. They have ruchi, taste for that. So with these kinds of karmi people, you have to tell them to, yes, give this charity donation. For example, okay, in the winter time, give blankets to poor people, feed the poor, to feed food to the poor people, and is giving clothes to poor people also. Also, he'll also give some donation of clothes to some devotee of God, of course. Also. So this devotee of Lord is making Bhagavad Bhajan, but this person is giving donation. He doesn't know if that person is just a poor people or is also a devotee of God. So when he gives something to a devotee of Lord, this actually created for him some sukriti. If you tell him, no need to do this, just chant Harinam. Give up all these charity donations. Just chant Harinam. Will this person chant Harinam? No. It's a sloka of Bhagavatam. In whatever thing the person has nishta or faith, you should put this person exactly to do that thing she already has faith in. Understand? The person still doesn't have faith or ruchi, they still chant holy names. But if you tell the person to chant holy names, give up everything, the person cannot do that. That's why Raghunath Das Goswami Raghunath Das Goswami? To Narottam. Sorry, Lokanath Das Goswami. Lokanath Das Goswami gave some teaching to Narottam Das Thakur, but actually teaching the whole world. They were guru and disciple, right? They were together sitting in the ashram, chanting holy names together. In this moment, some Brajavasi came. It was summertime. The Brajavasi came and said, Baba, please give me some water to drink. Narottam Das Thakur, he stopped chanting his holy names. He put his japamala to the side and gave him water to this person. After that Brajavasi left. After leaving, Lokanath Das Goswami, Lokanath Das Goswami told to Narottam Das Thakur, you're not qualified to stay in my ashram because, Harinam is directly God. You think there's someone higher than God, than holy names? And you stopped chanting. And you went to give water to another person and to serve another person, to do other thing. Look, so Lokanath Das Goswami told to Narottam Das Thakur, go from here, go back to your house. This actually was for Lok Shiksha, for teaching the people of the world. Lokanath Das Goswami and Narottam Das Thakur both are Uttam Bhagavatas, just to teach the people and also to establish the glories of holy names in this world. When you're chanting holy names, you should be completely one point in your chanting. There's no difference between Lord and His holy names. Actually, you're having direct darshan of Lord when you're chanting, isn't it? So how glorious is the holy names? What is the fault of Narottam Das Thakur in this case? Lokanath Das Goswami, through this Leela actually, Lokanath Das Goswami is manifesting the glory of holy name, of the holy name. When you are chanting that time, you should be completely absorbed in your chanting. Not even another sound can come inside your ears except for Harinam. At this moment, when you're chanting holy names, you should be so absorbed, abhishta. Understand? When you chant japa of holy names, Not even another sound can come inside your ear. You should be completely absorbed. Another thing also, Narottam Das Thakur, he's also teaching us another thing. If you still don't have the ruchi of the holy names, you cannot be absorbed in the chanting holy names, and then you should do these other things. Like if you don't have taste in chanting and absorption in chanting, then you can do other things. For example, you can serve the devotees of Lord. By doing this slowly, slowly. When your Sukriti becomes mature, then you have the taste in chanting. How much holy names you chant? He chants 32 rounds, this Prabhu, Anandi Govinda Prabhu. What is it now? Last? Okay. He's chanting one round and putting two balls in your counter, you know. So he says I'm chanting 32 rounds. No, when you chant one round, you should only put one. Now he didn't chant nothing yet. He came from Mangalara, took shower, and that's why he couldn't chant. Before taking shower, you should chant holy names, Gurudev is saying. When you chant holy names, actually it's already a shower, and then you really also take your shower. Early in the morning, just after waking up. First you should chant holy names before going to the shower. He's saying in his house he's doing like that. Later you take shower. Some people they first like take shower and all, and then they don't have time for chanting because the time goes by, isn't it? Many people do that. Oh no, first I have to take shower, I have to listen to Harikatha, I have to give donation. I take prasad, and then after that I chant holy names. But after prasad, when the person wants to take some rest, you see the other one is taking rest, what is he? Isn't it? No. First, you should give up all of the activities and just chant Harinam. First, chant Harinam. After that, whatever you're going to do, like job, tapas, like austerity or donation, anything, do later. Even like your mantra, Gayatri mantra, after you chant, first you chant Harinam first. The mantra, Gayatri mantra, no? Chant after. First Harinam. What is this? What is this? Okay, Harinam and name of Lord and the mantra. What is the speciality of Nam and mantra in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita? Sanatana Goswami Pad, through the story of Gopakumar, he was showing this to us. You can read in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. When you chant the Nama and the mantra, holy names of the mantra, Maharaja describe a beautiful shloka. Sometimes they say, which Maharaj? What is the meaning of mantra? Mantra gives Sambandha relationship with Krishna, knowledge of relationship, and the fruit of Nam, of the holy names, is giving prema. Nam also gives a relationship, but to the mantra, you get the knowledge of relationship. That's why you should, very important, you receive the Diksha mantra. But if you have already samskar of previous lives, for example, Haridas Thakur took Diksha from whom? But he has so much taste in chanting, ruchi. And also, there's not any mention the name of Guru of Rupa Goswami, the Guru of Srila Rupa Goswami. That's why also we see that those who are Siddha Mahatma, perfect personalities, automatically, naturally, they already have taste in chanting. So if the person has taste in chanting, he doesn't need to take the Diksha and other things. This sloka explains. Do you understand? Purashcharya means the sloka. Before you receive the mantra, you go to the Guru and you do some activities to him. There are some rules for that. Purashcharya. For example, I have to do the fire sacrifice. Also give donation to the people and many kinds of rules which are described in Hari Bhakti Vilas. This is called Purvashcharya. To give donations to the people. For example, some person is doing some good deeds, good activities. Satkarja, one good activity. Before that, he must do some formalities. This is called Purvashcharya. Did you do the Purvashcharya? Didn't do. People do these things. Fire sacrifice and other things.
Karmic creation, like when
so the glories of holy names is such that even this is not necessary. If the person has so much samskar from previous lives, he has automatically this taste in chanting holy names. This person doesn't need to take Diksha in this case. Continue. Listen, I didn't even finish. Listen. So, Nam is called Sambodhan Atmika. In vocative case. Vocative case. Sambodhan. Like you're calling someone, like someone is far from you. You have to call this person. No? You call like, hey you, come here, for example. You know the case ending. One kind of the cases of the, the words is like vocative case, like means when you're calling someone, like hey Prabhu, when you for example put hey in front also, when you're calling someone. So Harinam is vocative case. Harinam, name of Lord, is in the vocative case. When you say Hare Krishna, you are calling Hey Radhe, you are like calling to her, understand? The name of Shrimati Radhika, Hara. When you put Hara in the Sambodhan Pad means vocative case. When you put the Hara in vocative case, it becomes Hare. Hey Radhe, the original name of Shrimati Radhika is Hara. With her qualities, pastimes, and her form, beauty, she steals the mind of Krishna. That's why the name of Shrimati Radhika is Hara. Actually, this original name of Shrimati Radhika, Hara, because she steals the mind of Krishna. So the name of Shrimati Radhika is Hara, but in the vocative case, so Sambodhan Pad becomes Hari. Hey Radhe. So for the holy names, use Sambodhan Pad, means vocative case, invocation, calling. But in mantra is, what is the case ending? Sampradhan. Is the Sampradhan Karak, means when you're surrendering. You are giving completely yourself, everything. Sampradhan Karak. कौन से क्या? अभिभक्त. Is the Chaturthi. Did you forget all these case endings? There's the Karak, means the classification of this Sanskrit words. You're not studying Sanskrit. Karak and Samas in the Sanskrit studies. Já agora vendo, Prabhu.
कारक कर्म कारक
Chama aquele Prabhu, ele que tá dormindo.
कारण कारक उपादान कारक जो कारक
So, Karak.
कारक में आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए सबसे से समझ में आए
So, you have to first have the understanding of the Karak, means the like classification of words, and in Sanskrit like this, you know, some words are different kinds, like noun, adjective,
अरे प्रभु जी
location.
अरे शब्द मत करो
Prabhu, please don't do this sound. Later you can do this sound. Tell him, please. This sound is coming so high here. He's cleaning the pots now.
इसलिए थोड़ा कारक मैं आपको थोड़ा
So I'll tell you a little bit about, you should give some attention to these karaks, means these case endings in Sanskrit.
जितने भी हमारे मंत्र जो है गायत्री मंत्र आदि
Mantra again?
नमः स्वाहा जो
No. All the mantras, they have in the end this namaha or swaha.
इसमें सब संप्रदान कारक
So all the mantras, they are in Sampradan Karak, means they are in one kind of a classification.
संप्रदान माने जो है
But you're surrendering yourself. You're completely giving yourself.
जैसे कन्या समर्पण होता है ना कन्यादान होता
When you do the Kanya Sampradan, means when you give your own daughter in the marriage. Kanyadan, you're giving your daughter to the family of the bridegroom. Vastradan, also when you give donation of cloth.
कौन सा कारक होता है
Sampradan Karak, when you give donation.
विभक्ति लगता है
What is the Vibhakti of the Sampradan Chaturthi? Is fourth? Is the fourth?
कारक में कौन सी विभक्ति लगते हैं पंचमी विभक्ति लगती है
Which one is Panchami?
उपादान कारक
Apadan Karak
जैसे
is fifth.
फल
Apadan Karak is like comes from whom? From where? For example, the fruit comes from the tree.
फलम
So this is called Apadan Karak.
वृक्ष से फल
For example, the fruit fell from the tree.
कारण कारक में कौन सी विभक्ति लगती है थोड़ा कारक विभक्ति जान लेना ये आसान हो जाएगा
So if you know this Karakas, it's very easy to understand the difference or the speciality between Nam and Mantra if you know this knowledge of Sanskrit.
क्योंकि जब तक आपके ये नहीं होगा
Because if you don't know this, then
संशय
you become with doubts.
है प्रतिकारक कर्मकारक
So the karma karak, karana karak, like the something maybe like some words or some expression, maybe like the cause of another thing. Another may be like a surrendering, sampradan karak, apadan karak, coming from. There's 6 kinds of karak. How many karaks are there? 6. Karti karak, karma karak, karana karak, sampradan karak, apadan karak, and adhikaran karak. This is the Sanskrit. How many? 6.
और विभक्ति कितना है
And how many vibhaktis? 7. This is like grammar, Sanskrit grammar.
थोड़ा जान ले
So you should, if you study some Sanskrit, no need to study so much, but if you study a little bit Sanskrit,
ये हमें
then
आसान हो जाएगा
easily you can understand the specialty between Nam and Mantra.
प्रतिकारक में कौन सी विभक्ति लगता है
So,
प्रथमा विभक्ति
which one is the Pratama? Which one? Is it?
और कर्मकारक में कौन सी विभक्ति
Karma Karak.
कर्मकारक में तृतीय विभक्ति
Karan Karak is the Tritiya Vibhakti, is the 3rd Vibhakti.
संप्रदान में चतुर्थी उपादान कारक में
Apadan Karak is the 5th.
अधिकरण कारक में
Adhikaran Karak.
ना ये षष्ठी विभक्ति है अधिकरण कारक में कौन सी विभक्ति
Adhikaran Karak is which Vibhakti?
সাতটা বিভক্তি
है
সাতটা বিভক্তি
सातटा विभक्ति
ছটা উপাদান
छठा है हाँ
So 6 Karaks is 7 Vibhakti. Sanskrit grammar. Like classification, how to classify the words, like what's their function in the sentence, these things. Like syntax, Portuguese. Like syntax, English maybe, syntax, and grammar studies.
रामस्व है
रामस्य से रामाभ्याम ऐसे करके.
So I have to study a little bit. Many days I didn't study this. I haven't studied this for days. So you forget. You forget.
एक होता है ना पढ़ती पढ़ते पढ़ंती पढ़सी पढ़सती पढ़ामी पढ़ाई पढ़ाम पठिष्यामि 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 पठिष्यसि पठिष्यते पठिष्यता ऐसे होता है ना.
Because depending on the function of that word in the sentence, in the grammar Sanskrit, there will be different terminations in this word. Like you add some kind of suffix to the word that is depending on the function of that word in the sentence. So the mantra gives someone again knowledge of relationship. The Diksha mantra gives the knowledge of relationship. So first we chant the Guru mantra, right? So it's a relationship with the Guru. What does the mantra do? Gives us the sambandha again, knowledge of relationship. He's asking, also make us detached, the mantra. Guru says, when you have the bhakti, then you become detached. So the holy names, what does he do? Gives us prema, divine love. Just this, you understand? Okay. This is the Spanish between nama and mantra. Nama is sambodhan atmika. It's not sambodhan karak. Sambodhan atmika means there's some relationship and you're calling to the person. But the mantra gives someone again knowledge of relationship. Makes the someone again happen. Someone again will happen when you have this knowledge of relationship, when you completely surrender, completely. That's why in the mantra, so the mantra is in the fourth vibhakti, which is called Sampradhan Atmika. When you're like surrendering yourself, that's why in the end they put Swaha Namaha in the mantras, meaning you are surrendering yourself. But Harinam is in Sambodhan Atmika, means vocative case. Because it is in vocative case, the holy names give prema. If the person has already samskar from previous life, and the person is showing he has taste in chanting holy names, listen, for example, Haridas Thakur. If someone has already tasted in chanting holy names, Ruchi, even without taking initiation or shelter of Guru, the person already has taste in chanting. He is always chanting. Abhisranta means incessantly. Non-stop the person is chanting holy names. So the person is getting the fruit of chanting. And you should understand that in previous lives, already the person did everything in the previous life. So in this life, it doesn't need to do all this again. But if a conditioned soul has no taste in chanting, then what she must do? She must do everything. For example, take initiation of Guru, take shelter of Guru, and must do that. If she has no taste in chanting. Still, to teach the people of this world, Loka Shiksha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he showed to us how it's necessary to take initiation from Guru, shelter of Guru. Many shlokas in Shastras that explain this. Tulsidas said, if you haven't taken shelter of a bona fide Guru, even you can have the great knowledge, just like if you were Brahma or Shiva, great knowledge as like them you might have. But if you haven't taken initiation from Guru, this sloka explains, Vina Guru Bhavanidhi Samahoy. If you don't have taken shelter, if you haven't, if you're Jnani, Mahajnani, just like Brahma and Shiva, like super knowledgeable person, but if you didn't receive initiation and shelter of Guru, you'll not be able to deliver from this material world. That's why necessity of accepting Guru. If you have the ruchi in testing, it's not so easy to get this taste in chanting holy names. This ruchi, very difficult, not easy. To incessantly chant. What is the ruchi, this taste? What is the meaning? Just like each morsel of food you eat, like when you're hungry, each like morsels of food you eat, the more bliss you feel. With so much bliss, if you're hungry, no? You eat with so much bliss, like you're happy to eat. You're not giving attention to anything else. For example, imagine a poor person. He's 3-4 days feeling hungry. If you give some plate of food to him, he's not looking at anything else to his eating or not. He's just completely absorbed in eating. He's completely absorbed in the food and which he's eating. Okay, so in the same way, if you have a ruchi into chanting holy names, do not give attention to anything else. That's why Lokanath Das Goswami, he chastised his disciple Narottam Das Thakur as actually to teach us how it is to have taste in chanting holy names. Because there is actually no fault if you give some water to someone who's thirsty. Because if you live in this world, you have to follow the rules of this world, follow the etiquette, the behavior. For example, if someone is very thirsty and asking you water, you give the water. Fault is if the person, like it's showing that if the person has really taste in chanting, he is not looking to anything else. Actually, it's a teaching to us. But if you still haven't, if you still have no taste in chanting, you are like listening to other things, like you're aware of other things which are happening around you. Like the son of Samikarishi, called Shringi. Samikarishi was completely absorbed in meditation, sitting. Parikshit Maharaj came and asked him for water, isn't it? But he didn't even hear this request. Why? His mind was completely absorbed in his Istadev. Nimishta means completely absorbed. These external sounds wouldn't even enter his ears when he was meditating. Samikarishi. That's why Parikshit Maharaj was telling him many times, please give me water to drink. Give me water to drink. I give me your ashram. My throat is dry. I'm feeling so much thirst. But Samikarishi didn't give any water to the king. That's what I want to say. It's like this is his rules of chanting holy names. How to follow and chant holy names like that. But if you're not absorbed in chanting and you're still listening everything around you, so give the water to the person who is asking for you water. Understand? Will you give the water or not? That's why there's one sloka in the Bhagavad Gita. So you should encourage the karmis to do more karma. If you didn't encourage him to make more karma, maybe he'll give up everything. This sloka of Bhagavad Gita very beautiful. Not this sloka, another one. I always say this sloka. Madana tá aí, fala o sloka pra gente, Madana. Let me check the Bhagavad Gita, this sloka. So the story of Gopkumara shows us what? Gopkumara, he was chanting Nama and mantra, but when he came to the door of Vaikuntha, there was no need anymore to chant the mantra. In Vaikuntha Dham, there's no need to chant the mantra, only the holy names. So Gopakumara, he was just chanting these holy names. Sorry, the holy name. I'm saying sorry. In Transcendental world, they automatically, spontaneously, they chant these holy names. Govinda, Damodara, Madhaviti. In Transcendental world. There, the holy names manifest spontaneously, just like the gopis. The Vrajavasis in transcendental worlds, spontaneously, they are reciting holy names spontaneously. When they are milking the cows, they are milking the cows and chanting Govinda Damodara Madhaviti.
Govinda Damodara Madhaviti, Govinda Damodara Madhaviti.
Srila Gurudeva used to sit here and read this, and he used to also recite this, like chanting this when they are milking the cows. Like the Gopal mantra, actually, they are not chanting transcendental worlds. They are chanting this Govinda Damodara Madhaviti in transcendental worlds. So they are chanting these holy names. In the Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami shows the speciality between Nam and mantra. Prakashananda Saraswati asked to Mahaprabhu, and this explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why are you dancing and singing if you're a sannyasi? Prakashananda Saraswati told, because the duty of sannyasi is to sit down in one place and recite the mantra Aham Brahmasmi according to the conception of Shankaracharya. This thing of dancing, singing is actually manasik dharma, like something like mental, like from your mind, or sentimental thing. It's only sentiments, dancing, singing. No, you should discuss again, and your heart will be, your mind will be. What sannyas should do? He was saying, Prakashananda, just study scriptures and fix your mind and be detached from material things and recite Aham Brahmasmi. Think about Brahma like this. Dance and sing is pure sentimental thing. Taking amusing persons and like raising our arms and dancing, this is not proper. Mahaprabhu humbly, he said what? Mahaprabhu said, one time I came to my Gurudev and I asked to him, Mahaprabhu told to this person, I asked my Gurudev, Mahaprabhu saying, I don't have any Shastra again, what should I do? Mahaprabhu like asking to his Guru. Then Gurudev told me, Mahaprabhu explained, he told me to chant Hare Krishna. He told me to chant Krishna mantra in Krishna Nam. Gosai means Guru. When Mahaprabhu said, when my Gurudev gave me what? Nam and mantra. When I recited Nam mantra, my heart, it became completely crazy actually. I was always just chanting this Nam and mantra. Sometimes I was laughing, sometimes crying. Everybody was actually making fun of me, telling me I was crazy. So I thought, Gurudev, everybody tells I'm crazy. Then Gurudev told me, no, you're not crazy. Actually, you attained a very high thing. You attained the Krishna Prem. You attained the Prema Dharma. These the external symptoms. What? So he told 2 shlokas. Santani Abhadrani.
Sinnasmadrani rathangapani Janmani karmani jani chalupi Namani gitani tadarthakani Namani gitani tadarthakani Gayan madhavat nitya silupavajya Bhagavata sloka
Slokam Srimad Bhagavatam. Second sloka.
Jatanurago dudusutri Pasoti lato rodoti roti Gayanam madhavad miktati lokavajya ये प्रेम के 2 लक्षण
These 2 slokas explain the symptoms of prema.
भगवान की अमृतमय कथा को श्रवण करते ही
By listening to the transcendental and nectarian pastimes of Lord. So Bhagavan Krishna, he comes from Goloka Vrindavana Dham with his associates and manifests in this material world, and it makes beautiful pastimes. And these beautiful pastimes, medicine the glories of Lord, His beauty, His form, then prema manifests in the hearts just by listening. The person in the state of prem, in the stage of prem, then become completely mad, intoxicated, sometimes laughing, sometimes crying. Why? Depending on which lila he's remembering in his heart, then it will be like real, true. It will be not fake when prema manifests in the heart. This Krishna's pastimes spontaneously manifest in the heart of the person. For example, when you remember separation pastimes, then you start crying. When you remember meeting pastimes, then you start laughing. So the Mahabhagavat, he starts laughing when he sees meeting pastime. It's not fake, it's true. One day when Gopi early in the morning, she was going for churning yogurt. Churning yogurt, she was thinking, Govinda will come to my house, and Govinda will accept my butter. She was just thinking this. While she was churning the yogurt, she was thinking about what? Govinda will come. He will come to my house. So at that moment, what did Krishna do? After churning the yogurt, the Gopi thought, oh, Krishna is so much naughty. Maybe this naughty boy Krishna and other cowherd boys might steal my butter. Then the Gopi put the pot of butter very high in the ceiling so that nobody could take easily by hand. And the Gopi said to her own mother-in-law, her mother-in-law was very old, could not even see properly. She was mother-in-law of maybe 80 or 90 years old. So the daughter-in-law told, please sit down on this bed and hold some stick. If any cowherd boy comes, just kick them out with this stick, like tell them to go away. And he's going, where did she go? To the Jamuna to fill up the pots with water. But she told her mother-in-law before, hey, sit down on this bed. If any cowherd boy comes, you should just like try to kick him out of here with the stick. Threaten them and then they will go. And the gopi went to pick up water in the river. And at that moment, Krishna came with his cowherd friends. And he saw only an 80 or 90-year-old old lady. First that this old lady, mother-in-law, was very old. She could not even see properly. So Krishna and the other cowherd boys, what did they do? From behind, they bound both her arms and also her 8 legs, and put also a cloth, a gamcha on her mouth so that she couldn't scream. So 4 cowherd boys, they just went up on each other's back, and like this they rose, and they were able to take the butter which was hanging from the ceiling. So they all ate all the butter and all. And after eating, what do they do? What they do with the pot, the stick which was with the old lady, with that stick, they broke the pot, and after that they opened the hands and mouth of they opened the hands and legs of the old lady to took out the gamcha and also put some butter on her mouth. After some time, the gopi came back to her house and she said, what did I told you, telling to her mother-in-law? I told you to stop them, but you yourself, you ate all the butter. But the mother-in-law said, no. And then the cowherd, and then the gopi said, so why your mouth is so ugly? So the gopi started insulting the mother-in-law with like insults of Vraj, like what they speak. So by listening these leelas, you laugh or not? Sometimes crying, sometimes laughing. When prema manifests, that's what Mahaprabhu is saying. So when prema manifests in their hearts, it's like this. That's what Mahaprabhu is saying. So my guru told me I'm not crazy. He told me I'm attaining directly the fruit of Nam and mantra. So when you chant the mantra, it gives us the sambandha again, knowledge of relationship. Prema, but the duty of the holy name is to give prema. So if you say, okay, so why do they give us first the Harinam and then the Diksha mantra? This is another question also. Actually, for the conditioned souls. To make the tendency of the hearts or the mind and hearts of the living entities very strong and firm, they first give the Harinam so that the person will have this habit of chanting. If the person doesn't have a japamala, it's difficult to forget this habit of chanting. So that's why they give first the japa, the Harinam, so that you can have this habit of chanting. Be used to it. And then, in the end of the mantra is also Harinam is there, isn't it? In the middle, in the mantra is also the Harinam is there. In the Gayatri mantra, Gopal mantra, Guru mantra. In the end also Harinam is there.
वही हरिनाम आपको क्या कर देते संबंध ज्ञान करा देते फिर पुनः पुनः जब संबंध ज्ञान जब हो जाता है
And then when you chant the mantra, the sambandha again is coming, knowledge of relationship. Then by chanting again and again, when you chant Harinam, then the Harinam will give you prem. First, due to the holy names is what is purifying your heart. First holy names is purifying your heart. And the Harinam you chant later in the end. Because you have the sambandha again, knowledge of relationship, then this nama, the name is giving you the prem. In the Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami explains the speciality of nama and mantra. Harinam is Sambodhan Atmika vocative case. The sound is different. It looks like the same, yeah? One is Sambodhan, vocative case, holy names. And another one is the vocative case, another one is giving you the relationship, Sambandit. The mantra is giving you the relationship with Lord. He has another question.
বছর ওরা আসছেন এসে তটস্থ শক্তি থেকে যেরকম এখানে পিকচার আছে না নিচের দিকে তাকাচ্ছে মায়া দেখে মায়ার দিকে চলে যাচ্ছে যার উপর দিকে তাকাচ্ছে তার উপরে চলে যাচ্ছে সঙ্গে সঙ্গে যারা নিচের দিকে মায়ের দিকে তাকাচ্ছে ওরা মায়াগ্রস্ত হয়ে যাচ্ছে আর যার উপরে বৈকুণ্ঠ ভগবানের দিকে তাকাচ্ছে ভগবানে চলে যাচ্ছে উদাহরণ বৈকুণ্ঠ যাওয়ার উদাহরণ উদাহরণ কি আছে মায়াদেব যারা ফাঁসছে আমি সবারই উদাহরণ তাই না আর যারা হচ্ছে ওইখানে তটস্থ শক্তি দিকে উপর দিকে যাচ্ছে উদাহরণ কি আছে উদাহরণ কি কোথায় কোথায় আছে শাস্ত্রে উদাহরণ কি প্রমাণ আছে কে গেছে না একজন তো বলবো
কে চলে গেছে ধ্রুব প্রহ্লাদ সব চলে গেছে
ওই জগতে তো এসছে
আরে ওর ভগবত ইচ্ছা আছে আপনি এসব লিখ করবে
আর তো নিতে পারবে ওদের কথা বলা যাবে না কিন্তু তটাশক্তি থেকে এসছে এসে যারা উপর দিকে তাকিয়েছে তারা বৈকুণ্ঠ লোক চলে গেছে আর যারা মায়া নিচের দিকে তাকিয়েছে মায়াগ্রস্ত হয়েছে ওই যে উপর দিকে গেছে এক্সাম্পল বলবো
কে গেছে
জানতে চাইছে এটা প্রমাণ কোথায় ওই তো ওইটাই বলেছে আর কিছু নাই তো ওর পরে কি আছে উদাহরণ
কি বলতে চাইছে
ওই যে যেরকম সব মায়াগ্রস্ত জীব মানে আমরা তাই না যেগুলো পতিত হয়ে আছে সবসময় আচ্ছা আর ওইখান থেকে বৈকুণ্ঠ লোকে গেল তটস্থ শক্তি থেকে বৈকুণ্ঠে গেছি উপর দিকে তাকিয়ে
ওই লোক কোথায় গেছে
হ্যাঁ তো উদাহরণ কে আছে
তুমি আছো আমি আছি
আপনি
তুমি আছো जो चला गया उसके नाम तुम जानते हो
উদাহরণ জানতে চাইছি মানে একজন বলেছিল আমাকে এখন তো আপনি জানেন যে জীবের স্বরূপ নিয়ে এই ঝামেলা আছে তো একজন ক্যালিফোর্নিয়া আমার চলছিল বলে কোনো উদাহরণ নেই যে জীব তটস্থ শক্তি থেকে বৈকুণ্ঠ লোকে যাচ্ছে মানছে না না রাম কাছে
नहीं माने काम क्या है
Logic. With faith you can, if you have to have faith, with faith you can attain the goal and the God, but with logic you're very far. What are you? You are Jeev. When Jeev came to the other side and another one to the other side. Those Jivas who went, they went. I didn't understand the question because he spoke in Bengali, Satyaprabhu. So if you have faith, you continue, otherwise you run away. If you don't want to believe, then what to do? Chant Om names, take prashad, dance and sing. I like to eat muri.
मुझे जो जी चला गया जो जी घर है
So some jivas went to one side, another went to the other side. Into Tashta Shakti.
वो मैं
কিন্তু তটস্থ শক্তি তো এলো না, তার মানে ওখানে নিউট্রাল, তাই না? মায়া মুক্ত হচ্ছে না, মৃত্যু তো বলা যাবে না, মৃত্যু বলা যাবে জীব তো মিথ্যায়, জীব শক্তি শক্তিমান।
Jiva is eternal, and the potency of God is eternal, and there's no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. Liberated jivas. Actually, the jiva is never conditioned. Actually, are you liberated or conditioned? What is binding you? Why are you conditioned? There's one shloka of Tulsidas. Do you know that shloka?
माया नहीं, कोई हमने माया को पकड़ा।
जैसे पहले शिकार पक्षी के पकड़ने के लिए, सूक्ष्म पक्षी के पकड़ने के लिए,
It's like the hunter to
हाँ मानपट किरट जान बंदर के पकड़ने के लिए,
if you want to catch the bird
वो शिकारी क्या करते हैं
like a parrot, then the hunter shows some potato. You know the surah is that spot, the pot of a small pot. So they put this potato inside this pot. It's like hunter wants to catch the monkey. Sorry, forget everything. Hunter wants to catch the monkey. So hunter puts one potato inside one clay pot, and the monkey puts his hand inside this clay pot to reach for the potato. When he wants to, he catches the potato, and when he wants to put his hand out, because the mouth of the, let's say like the entrance of the clay pot is really small, so his hand becomes stuck and he cannot come out from the pot. His hand cannot take out from the pot. And in this moment, the hunter beats so much the monkey and catches him. But the monkey is not thinking, I am catching the potato, and because of this, my hand is stuck in this pot. Actually, he thinks that parrot. He thinks that the potato is pulling him, but it's not. For example, another method also, the hunter to catch the parrot. The hunter makes a wheel with a hole, and also puts one rope binding the two sides. And on top of the wheel, he puts also some pomegranate seeds. The parrot comes to eat the pomegranate and sits on the wheel to eat the pomegranate. But when he sits, the wheel, of course, moves to the side like a rolling. But the parrot becomes afraid because of this sudden movement. So if his claws, he just holds the wheel. But the parrot is thinking, the wheel is holding me. Just release don't catch the claw, the wheel, and the birds can fly. Actually, the parrot, but he thinks the wheel is catching him, but he's catching the wheel. So Maya is not catching you. Actually, you, with your mind, you're conditioned, you're bound, because Maya means Shakti, attachment. Actually, the cause of our condition stage is the Shakti, attachments. The reason of our condition stage of our bound, we are bound this world because of our attachments. Actually, Maya is not catching you. What is the duty of Maya? To create illusion. Understand illusion? To confuse you, to make illusion. What is not true. Maya is making like look like true and is like illusion, giving this illusion to you. So Maya is keeping us in this condition. Actually, Maya is not catching us. We just explain like this for you to understand, but actually Maya is not catching us, not binding us. Actually, the jiva is always liberated. This is tattva. He's speaking Bengali. Lord is Lila Purushottam. It's very difficult to understand his pastimes. If the jiva wouldn't come to this material world, how would God make pastimes in this world? Who would see his pastimes? If God didn't create this world, the material world, then the jiva would not be attracted to Maya. But how these leelas would manifest also here? Because the leela is always going on there in transcendental world. It's not good to blame to God, like you're here blaming him. If you say, like a rich person made a beautiful made a beautiful swimming pool, very gigantic swimming pool. A rich man constructed. Many swimming pools are really big. Sometimes even there's some boat, and you can, in the summertime, you can also ride in this inside this boat in this swimming pool. Okay, but if it's the son of a poor person came and fell in that water and died, the fault is whose? If you say, if you hadn't created the swimming pool, my son wouldn't die in this swimming pool. So who you will blame because of this thing? You're blaming who? You're blaming the person who created the swimming pool, no? But the person will say, no, the rich person will say, I created the swimming pool for my own happiness. But your son fell here and came here and fell in the water. So the fault is his, actually. It's him to blame. So God created this gigantic material world to make his pastimes. And the jiva, if you say, if the God hadn't created this world, so the jivas wouldn't come here. You can say that. But the Bhagavan's pastime would be incomplete in this case. Power bank? Here? Power bank? Power bank? For example, I'll tell you Western country. 10%. The Western girls, they use less cloth. The Western girls, less cloth. So the men become attracted or not. He says, no, this is my... But if she was wearing a nice cloth and covering all the body, the men would be not attracted to her. This is the truth. Nowadays, all these rape cases, the cause is this behind. Because the culture of society is so contaminated. Because of them, actually. Because of this. So that's why also the men become completely attracted and like contaminate, and then they do these bad things. But you're not punishing these girls also who's wearing the less cloth. You should punish both. Also, okay, should punish both. You should say, no, say no, I walk like this, I walk naked, and the men will be attracted or not if you're walking naked. It will be like a stimulation for them, you know.
तुम बुद्धि कौन कराते हो?